Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
It is an absolutely gorgeous day for baseball here in Minneapolis on a sunny 70-degree afternoon. The Tigers wrap up their series against the Twins. Welcome to Target Field. Today, the final game of the three-game set featuring the Minnesota Twins and your Detroit Tigers. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Peppa alongside Rod Allen. Glad to have you with us here for the series finale. Each team with a victory so far in this series, but Rod, the Tigers trying to get the offense going. They have scored only 2 runs in the last 16 innings in this set.
Well, this team is much too good for that. We do know that as a fact. Pelfrey was outstanding in last night's game. He really slowed down an outstanding offensive club, but don't expect Phil Hughes to slow this Tigers offense down today.
All right, speaking of that pitching matchup here today, Shane Green will go for the Tigers. Phil Hughes will go for the Minnesota Twins. Green, not so good in his last one. Hughes has struggled this year.
Yeah, Green did stub his toe after getting off to a spectacular start. He was 3-0, but he gave up quite a few runs in his last outing. He has not given up a run, however, on the road. Phil Hughes has got no run support whatsoever this year. In his 4 starts this year, which he's lost all 4 games, they have scored a grand total of 4 runs while he has been in the game.
All right, now one of the guys that has had his way with Phil Hughes is Miguel Cabrera, which brings us to our Bernstein advantage, the batter-pitcher matchup in this one here today, and this advantage belongs to Miguel Cabrera.
Miguel has his way against a lot of people these days, but he does pick on Phil Hughes to the tune of a .471 batting average, 4 doubles, 5 homers, and look at the OPS, over 1,500. And this just in, Miggy's a little upset today because he was shut down last night by Mike Pelfrey. Pelfrey was outstanding. He continued to feed Miggy fastballs inside. If Hughes tries to do that today, Miggy's going to trot around the bases.
All right, we're glad to have you with us here this afternoon. Final game of the series coming up after a short break. We'll send you back to the Coliseum Studios. Check in with Matt Shepard. Coming up today, Tigers got to get the bats going, specifically the middle of the lineup. They've been right on target here in Minneapolis. Stay with us. Tigers Twins next.
It is the rubber game in this series featuring the Tigers and the Minnesota Twins as we welcome you back to Target Field on a stunning day for baseball here in Minneapolis. The Tigers hoping to win this series before they go to Kansas City. And we'll check out the Tigers starting lineup here today, presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. You take a look at Rajai Davis. He's back in the lineup. He'll start things off for Detroit, playing center field. Ian Kinsler at second base. Miguel Cabrera at first. Victor Martinez is the designated hitter. J.D. Martinez in right. Cespedes in left. And about a three of Castellanos. James McCann catching today. Andrew Romine will play short.
Let's take a peek at how the Minnesota Twins will line up defensively this afternoon. It is brought to you by Tim Hortons in the outfield, left field. Escobar, he had a good day yesterday. Schaefer in center field, Arcia in right, Plouffe, Santana, Dozier, Vargas round out the infield, and Herman is the catcher this afternoon.
Well, the Twins have taken the field here today, and of course on the bump is Phil Hughes, and he is going to go for his first victory of the season. But a tough start for Phil Hughes.
He does have outstanding command. He's going to be around the plate all afternoon long. He throws a lot of fastballs. He likes to elevate the fastball, so the Tigers will have to lay off of that. You can see right-handers have been clobbering him this year to the tune of a .349 batting average. Left-handers, not so much.
Can't draw it up much better weather-wise here this afternoon. Clear skies at Target Field as we check out the field conditions presented by Hayes Hardware and the Scott's Company. It's 61 right now. The temperature is supposed to reach 70 here today. It is sunny, it is clear, very little humidity, and perfect playing conditions here at Target Field. As we check out the standings in the American League Central Division, the Tigers, with their loss last night, bumped out as second place as Kansas City wins again. And Rod, these guys aren't going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere, and the one thing that they hadn't done all that well the last couple of years, they are doing a very good job of this year, and that's swinging the bat, led by their third baseman, Mike Moustakas.
So Brad Ausmus hoping for a victory here today before the Tigers meet those Kansas City Royals beginning tomorrow. And Miguel Cabrera, he's been relatively quiet in this series against the Twins, but you have a feeling today that might change.
Yeah, Miggy had a smile on his face when he walked out of the hotel today, and he did not get any hits yesterday, and usually that's not a good sign for the next day's pitcher.
Who would be Phil Hughes, who, as we mentioned, is looking for his first win of 2015 after coming off a really good season last year. So here we go. Rajai Davis starts it off for the Tigers, and batting a healthy .341. Rajai missed a few games with a groin injury, but he's back in there today. It'll be Davis, Kinsler, and Cabrera in your top three spots for the Tigers. Phil Hughes, the 28-year-old out of Mission Viejo, California, goes to work. And the first pitch is a strike called on Davis.
Well, you wonder if Phil Hughes will take a book out of Mike Pelfrey's book, which was outstanding last night. Pelfrey gave the Tigers right-handed hitters a lot of fastballs inside.
Here's the 0-1. Davis swings and misses.
That's the one the Tigers are going to have to lay off of. That's the pitch that Phil Hughes has used to his advantage since coming to the big leagues. The elevated fastball at about 93, 94.
No balls, 2 strikes on Rajai. And the 0-2 sails high and away. Fastball that Davis lays off of.
Yeah, more than likely Rajai getting the start here today because of the numbers that I gave you. Right-handers hitting .349 against Phil Hughes. Left-handers .231. So it's Rajai over Ghost today.
Swing and a miss. Hughes got him that time, and 1 up, 1 down.
It's a well-located fastball thrown by Phil Hughes on the outside black that Rajai Davis just swung right through. Rajai really pulled off that baseball with his front hip, excuse me.
That'll bring up Ian Kinsler. Told you at the top of the broadcast here today, the Tigers got 4 in the first, 1 in the second in game 1 in the series, and since then, in the next 16 innings, they've scored just a couple of runs. They've not been able to get the bats going. Pelfrey was awfully good last night.
The scouting report on Phil Hughes, he has a fastball that will go anywhere from 89 to 95, and depending on whether it's a four-seam fastball or the cutter.
Popped up, middle of the infield. Dozier at second base calling and catching, and there are 2 gone.
He also has a curveball that he will use to the right-handers and the left-handers. Hughes does have a changeup, but seldom uses the changeup.
So here is Miguel Cabrera now. Miggy in the series 1 for 7, the average at 355. Knocked in 13 this year.
Miggy also loves hitting during the day, hitting nearly 500.
Whoa. And he pops it up. This one on the right side of the infield for Kenny Vargas in foul ground. Going to be an easy 1-2-3 for Phil Hughes. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Here come the Twins in the bottom of the first. Tigers starter Shane Green presented today by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
And Shane Green off to a really good start in 4 starts. He's won 3. He has lost 1. The ERA sits right at 3. This is the first time that he has pitched in Target Field.
Check out the starting lineup presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers here this afternoon for the Twins. It'll be Danny Santana leading it off, followed by Brian Dozier and Joe Mauer. Trevor Plouffe at third base. Arcia isn't right today as Hunter gets the day off. Escobar left. And your bottom 3 of Vargas, Herman, and Schaefer as Green goes to work against the leadoff man Santana. Danny batting .261. Good series, though. He has had 5 hits in the series, and this on the heels of going 0 for 12 against Detroit in the first 3 games.
Whenever the Tigers show up, Santana plays his best baseball.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. And it's in there for a strike. Shane Green's shortest outing of his Tigers career his last time out against the Indians. 4 innings, 9 hits, 8 runs. Looking to rectify that here today. Pulled on the ground. Nice play, Miggy at first. From the seat of his pants, Green will cover, and he can't hold on to the baseball. Leadoff man on for the Twins.
Outstanding play by Miguel Cabrera. Looked like Shane Green was a little tardy getting off the mound. Therefore, when the ball got to his glove, he was trying to find the bag at the same time. Therefore, mishandled the feed from Miguel Cabrera.
So just like that, the Twins get the leadoff man on. That is ruled an error, and I assume that's on Green. It'll bring up Brian Dozier. Dozier slams the first pitch on a line to left field. Cespedes goes back to the warning track. Hard hit ball for the first out. And retreating is Santana.
Santana stole 20 bags last year. He's only caught 4 times. Hasn't run all that much this year because he, well, quite frankly, hasn't been on base all that much.
You got to be on base to be able to steal.
Can't steal first.
Here's Joe Mauer. Relatively quiet in the series as well for Mauer. He has a double, but 1 for 8.
First 8-9 years of Joe Mauer's career, he was a guy that drove the ball the opposite way with regularity, but not so much these days. He's kind of turned into a pull hitter.
And Green throws a strike.
Green will need that changeup today. This might not be a bad spot for the changeup. If you can bury it, fade it away from Mauer, you might get that double play that you're looking for. Ground ball to Ian Kinsler.
Any reason why you think Mauer has begun pulling the ball more?
Tom Brunansky, the hitting coach, has encouraged him with his skill set, his hand-eye coordination, the fact that he does have some power, and teams have started to pitch him inside to prevent him from going the opposite way where he's very comfortable. So it's been Tom Brunansky that's kind of gotten in his ear, that's encouraged him to pulling the baseball more.
Well, he's won 3 batting titles. Batting here with 1 on, 1 out, just underway in the bottom of the first. And Green will toss back. Shane Green in 8 career road appearances, and that includes time with the Tigers and the Yankees, is 5-0 with a 2.22 ERA on the road. He's teaming up with James McCann today, the battery. Runner goes, and he's fouled back out of play, 0-2. Well, they had Santana on the move.
Santana gambling. Green was awfully quick to the plate on that last delivery, only about 1.1 seconds, and then you add the fact that James McCann has a cannon for an arm. This will be an out at second base if Santana continues to try to steal, especially against the slide step here of Shane Green.
Now the 0-2. Mauer lays off on a pitch up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Joe Mauer batting .280 this year. Still leads this Twins team in hits with 21 so far. Infield still slightly to pull on Mauer. They give up the third base line defensively. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Thrown out to second. There's the tag. There's an out. It's a strike him out, throw him out.
That's a bad decision by Santana. There's no way he was going to steal against the combination of Green and McCann.
And he was out by a hefty margin. Nothing doing for the Twins. We go to the second. Of what a bank can be when it's time coming to Comerica. Jeep, come in for great deals on the award-winning Jeep brand SUVs during the Jeep Awards season event. And by Chevalier, 150 years of crafting rich, never bitter coffee. Nothing bitter about this day today. It is stunningly gorgeous here in Minneapolis. We mentioned the temperature about to hit 70 this afternoon. Tigers and Twins, game 3 in the series. And Victor Martinez takes strike 1 in the outside corner. V-Mart, then J.D. Martinez and Yoenis Cespedes facing Phil Hughes, and here's the shift now that they will employ with 1 strike in the count.
Every pitch that Phil Hughes has thrown so far in the game has been a fastball.
In on his hands that time, rolled it right to the first baseman Vargas. That'll be an easy out. So Hughes now has retired 4 straight to start this game.
Victor not just able to generate that really good bat speed that he had last year, and I wonder if it's the lower half of his body which is not allowing him to have that really good bat speed right now.
Well, it would seem to be that's probably the reason. Martinez came in with a batting average of .232. Here's J.D. batting .277. Three hits in this series for J.D. Martinez. Strike 1 from Hughes. The Tigers were limited, get this, to just 3 hits last night. You really don't see that very often. Hughes ready with the 0-1. No balls, 2 strikes on Martinez. JD still stuck on 5 home runs. He's knocked in 14 this year, which is the second highest total on this Tigers team, right behind Cespedes. Swung on it, missed, and Martinez is out. Another strikeout for Phil Hughes, 2 gone.
That fastball right down the middle, about belt buckle high, and JD couldn't catch up to it. About 75% of the pitches that Pelfrey threw in last night's game were also fastballs, anywhere from 90 to 93.
Here's Cespedes, who is 3 for 7 of the series, couple of doubles. And Yoenis looks at a strike.
Yoenis has been successful hitting against the Minnesota Twins in 19 of 20 career games.
4-game hit streak right now for Cespedes, who is 3 for 7. Big swing there as he left the strike zone 0-2.
Well, Tigers are going to have to lay off that elevated fastball, or Herman's going to continue to call it all afternoon long. And with the command that Phil Hughes has, there's no doubt he can hit the glove.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Phil Hughes looking extremely sharp today. 3rd strikeout of the game for Hughes. We go to the bottom of the 2nd.
Danny Santana, the speedy shortstop, on first base. Maurer swings through a fastball, and look at the footwork in the exchange by the youngster McCann, getting on top of that baseball, firing a strike down to second base to throw out Danny Santana. Tag applied by Andrew Romine.
Dare I say that he has a McCannon?
You can say that.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Green back to the hill. And in a scoreless game, he'll face Trevor Plouffe, Oswaldo Arcia, and Eduardo Escobar. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's fouled straight back by Plouffe. 2 out of 8 in the series with an RBI. And Trevor batting .239. A couple of home runs this year. He'll look at a ball high. Plouffe got off to a dreadful start this year. Then he hit a walk-off home run against the Indians here at their ballpark. And that kind of jump-started him a little bit. The 2-1. High, 3-1. Former high-round draft pick of the Minnesota Twins. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Right back up the middle on a soft floater into center field.
Let's take a look at the Tigers starting defense presented by Bill Fox Chevrolet. Cespedes, Davis, J.D. Martinez in the outfield. Romine spelling Iglesias at the shortstop position, along with Kinsler up the middle, Miggy and Castellanos on the corners, and you know by now that James McCann is the catcher this afternoon.
Here is the left-handed batting Oswaldo Arcia. A couple of hits in last night's game for Arcia. Torrey Hunter is getting the day off today. Torrey's been struggling, so Arcia moves to right field, and they've got the shift on against him. That's in there for a strike. I was talking to Kinsler about this shift yesterday and how difficult it can be to turn a double play when you've got this kind of shift. And Ian said it's more difficult when the shortstop is playing in. But once you get 2 strikes in the count, the shortstop typically will back up, and then it becomes much easier. These shifts have certainly created situations that were not common just several years ago. 0-2 on Oswaldo Arcia.
Yeah, the major league coaches nowadays are taking advantage of all the data numbers that are created to give their team the best chance to win, best chance to pitch to the hitter's weaknesses, and the best chance to play their defense in an area where they think that hitter might hit the baseball because of all the data that's been compiled.
Arcia takes high, thought about offering. 1-2. Game is certainly changing, isn't it? I mean, you see shifts now just about on every player. It used to be just guys like maybe Tomey or Ortiz would get shifted.
Yeah, now you got some of your table setters getting shifted on.
Right. 1-2. Ball high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shane Green had a strike him out, throw him out situation in the first, so he faced only 3 batters. Right-hander acquired out of the Yankees organization. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball to second. Here comes one of those double play situations. Romine turns it nicely for the double play.
It's a really nice firm shuffle by Ian Kinsler over to Romine. And you can see he took 1 step that way, which kind of helped him get a little something on that feed to Andrew.
Hey, by the way, stay tuned to Tigers Live following the game. We'll select our Fox Sports Detroit Tigers player of the game, presented by the 2 for $5 classic quarter pounder with cheese.
You set that double play up nice.
Sometimes it's, as you say, better to be lucky than good. Or as they say, even a broken clock is right twice a day. 2 outs now for Escobar. Batting $156. And he shoots 1 foul to left field.
He had a big double in last night's game. Anibal Sanchez pitched well yesterday. Pitched well last night himself.
He did, and that was his second pretty good start in a row. And just the Tigers offense couldn't respond. They had only 3 hits last night. Here's the 1-1. That is popped up. See if there's room at third base. Castellanos. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, nobody left. You're watching Tigers baseball today, presented by Bell Tire. You mentioned really doesn't walk too many guys, which leads us to our T-Mobile game changer. How about this? Guys that have thrown 200 or more innings and less than 20 walks since the 1900 season. It's only been 4 guys. Old Babe Adams back in 1920. He walked only 18. Remember Red Lucas, Rod?
I do remember Red.
You do not. Phil Hughes goes back to work, 6 up, 6 down against the right-hander.
Phil Hughes is filling up that strike zone with all fastballs so far this afternoon. He's thrown a total of 16 pitches. He's only missed the strike zone with 1 of the 16.
He's got Castellanos, McCann, and Romine here in the Tigers' third. The 0-1 pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got to get Nick going now. He's 0 for his last 14, and this is on the heels of his career-high 9-game hitting streak. Castellanos looks at a ball outside. 2 balls, 1 strike on Nick. .217 average, couple of home runs this year. James McCann on deck. Here's the 2-1. Lifted in the air to right. Fairly deep playable, though, for Arcia. That's 7 straight retired by Hughes. 1 out. Hey, the Royals make their first 2015 appearance at Comerica Park on Friday, May 8th to battle the Tigers at 7:08. Don't miss this Central Division showdown. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER. Visit Tigers.com. Tigers Royals, not going to want to miss that. We'll get a preview beginning tomorrow when the Tigers travel to Kansas City. Here is James McCann. Strike 1 to McCann. He's batting .185, still in search of that first home run. A couple of RBIs for the rookie catcher.
He'll get a chance to play tomorrow night as well against the left-hander Danny Duffy of the Kansas City Royals. So he'll get back-to-back starts.
Duffy and Alfredo Simon in game 1 tomorrow evening.
It's been a good series. Kansas City off to a spectacular start this year after nearly winning a world championship last season.
1-1 is fouled back out of play. 1-2.
But the one thing that they know that they really have not had a lot of success doing the last couple of years, and that's beating the Tigers. Tigers took 14 of the 19 meetings last season against the Royals.
Yeah, they got to the World Series, but I think they really still feel that you still got to go through Detroit to win the Central Division. And that showdown begins tomorrow night. McCann waiting on a 1-2. Bouncing ball to second. That'll be a routine play there for Dozier. 2 up, 2 down. Well, why don't we check down on the field with Justin White?
Hey, Mario, it's a day off for Jose Iglesias, so that means Andrew Romine gets his first start since April 11th. That was back in Cleveland, you might remember. This morning I was talking to Romine in the clubhouse and asking him how he stays sharp with that much time between starts. And he said a lot of what he does actually happens during the games. He's in the cage taking swings from Tigers assistant hitting coach David Newhan. And guys, don't forget, Romine's a switch hitter, so he has to take those swings from both sides of the plate.
All right, JW, yeah, and it's, I guess when you're a role player, Ron, you understand you've got to be ready at any time.
And the one thing that Romine demonstrated last year is that Brad could give him a week off, and then when he did put him in, Romine, for the most part, would give the team a quality at bat, just as he did in the only start that he got in Cleveland.
Here's the 0-2. Well, there was a stretch last year where Eugenio Suarez was getting all of the playing time at short, and that pretty much cut into Romine's opportunities to play. But when he did get a shot, he was awfully good. Of course, Iglesias this year has just been spectacular.
Well, they held on to Romine just in case Iglesias went down with an injury or something this year and couldn't play every day. They are very comfortable with Andrew Romine at the shortstop position.
Hughes again with the 0-2. Romine takes high. Hughes continues to go up there, hoping Tigers hitters will chase. Phil Hughes trying to get through the lineup for the first time unblemished. And a bouncing ball to the right side. Dozier off balance throw. Not in time. Pulled Vargas off the bag.
Dozier has some range at the second base position. He surrounds it, but he couldn't get a handle on it. Therefore, threw awkwardly and also threw off balance. Romine able to beat it out.
That'll be the first Tigers hit of the game, an infield single for Romine. Here's Rajai Davis. A strikeout victim to start the ball game. One of 3 strikeouts for Hughes.
And Romine does have speed at first base. And we told you last couple of days that the Minnesota Twins catchers, and granted part of this is on the pitchers, they haven't thrown out anybody yet this year. And we're getting ready to turn the calendar to May.
Yeah, we talked about that last night and how really incredible that is that they haven't thrown anybody out yet. A month into the season.
Suzuki, Kurt Suzuki, has gotten most of the reps, but today it's Herman.
0-1 on Davis. Suzuki caught the first 2. There's Kurt. Herman, who also plays some outfield, is behind the dish today. Romine draws the throw. Rajai trying to extend his hitting streak, which right now stands at 9 consecutive games.
A little worried when Rajai had to leave the game a couple of days ago with, what was it, a groin?
It was a groin, yes.
Only missed a couple of games. Obviously wasn't all that bad.
I was talking to him the other day. He said it really wasn't that bad. He just wanted to play it safe because in the back of his mind, as you look at the numbers on Hughes, awfully good. He didn't want to chance it and hurt the team. So they rested him for a couple of days. Back in there this afternoon. Sliced back out of play, 1-2.
Well, here's Sunday. He had a good day that day. He was on base all afternoon long. He had 3 hits in the contest, as a matter of fact. Here's a triple that is sliced down the right field corner. And then the next time he comes up, ground ball, couple of steps out of the box. And then he pulls up lame with the right groin injury. And Omar Vizquel said, you know what? We better get somebody else in here.
The 1-2 runner goes, and the throw from Herman, the tag in time. They got him.
They got one.
Here's a first time for everything. Herman cuts down Andrew Romine to end the inning. So Hughes has faced the minimum through 3.
Time of throwing out base runners this year, but Herman does a nice job. A breaking ball that bounced and he picked up with a quick exchange and fired down to Dozier, the second baseman, who picked it down there and applied the tag to Andrew Romine.
So we remain scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 3rd here in Minneapolis. Each team 1 hit, neither team with a run, and Shane Green starts them off with a strike. This is Kenny Vargas who is leading things off, then Chris Herman and Jordan Schaefer.
First time we've seen Vargas in the series.
He really has had a tough go. He was 1 for 16 on their last road trip. Didn't play the first 2 games in this series.
No need in throwing him a strike here. He'll chase whatever you throw up there right now.
A little bit outside, 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Vargas' struggles continue. Time for a game break now. We check in with Johnny Kane. All right, Johnny, is there a better name than Johnny Kane?
No, there is not.
That's the best name in television.
Yeah, it is.
1 out now. Here is Chris Herman, who gets his first at bat, a strike called. That was the second strikeout of the ball game for Shane Green. He also fanned Mauer in the first inning. It's fouled back out of play on 2. Green gave up a single in the second, but then got a double play ball from Oswaldo Arcia. Shane trying to bounce back after his last start. Way high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schaefer, the number 9 hitter, waiting on deck. Here's the 1-2. Missed it inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good cutter there thrown by Green. A lot of people at home may think that's a slider, but no, that's his cutter at 88 miles an hour. Many times it acts like a slider.
Strike call. Got him looking.
Both of these guys are dealing today.
They are indeed. That is the 3rd strikeout now for Green.
A little swing back fastball. with some late life on it. Nice action on that two-seamer at 93.
That'll bring up Schaefer, the number 9 hitter. He's had a decent series, 3 out of 7 with a double.
I love the pace that Green works at. He's not messing around. He grabs that ball back from the can and gets right back on that rubber.
Well, I know a couple of the infielders have talked about that, the pace and how they really love playing behind a guy that works this quickly. 1 ball, no strikes on the speedy Schaefer. Third baseman in tight on the grass. That's Castellanos on the outer edge. 1-1. Another strike, 1-2. And Schaefer wasn't too crazy about that last call.
It's a changeup, legitimate beef by Schaefer. It faded outside.
Bruce Dreckman went up with the right hand. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Pulled foul. Well, Shane in his first 3 starts for the Tigers picked up victories, and he gave up just 1 earned run in 3 starts. He went 8 innings against the Twins, 8 against the Pirates. That was on the road, by the way, and then 7 against the White Sox. Trying to get back to that form here this afternoon. Here's the 1-2. Missed with it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's the breakdown between his first 3 starts and then his last outing against Cleveland. Outside, and the count fills now 3-2. Top of the order waiting on deck, Santana. Here's the full count pitch. Lifted back out of play. Schaefer is a guy that doesn't have a whole lot of power. He does have speed, and that pretty much has kept him in the big leagues. Because his career average is 227, but he can run, he can play some outfield. And when he came up with the Atlanta Braves, was a big-time prospect.
Because of that speed.
The old baseball saying, you can't teach it.
It never goes in slumps, really.
No, that's a good point. 3-2 foul back. And really, this Twins team, by and large, is that type of team. They're not going to slug you to death. They don't have a lot of power hitters in their lineup, so they need guys that can run, that can create, that can play defense. Schaefer giving him a battle as he fouls off another one. See, they're dead last in home runs. They have only 9 this year, and they really aren't scoring very many runs.
Their batting average is 13th. On base percentage, 13th. You're not going to win a lot of games that way.
Torrey Hunter getting the day off today. Again, the 3-2, and he got him strike 3. Schaefer called out on strikes. 4 strikeouts now for Shane Green. He got 3 of them here in the 3rd. Vargas, Herman, Schaefer. See you later. We go to the 4th. score as Phil Hughes climbs back on top of the hill, and here are his numbers. 3 innings worth of work and 32 pitches for Hughes, so he's been good. Davis swings and lines one right to the right fielder Arcia. 1 gone.
Let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch. Phil Hughes has thrown 33 pitches, 33 fastballs, but look at the location of the fastballs. Tigers hitters trying to get to the elevated 92, 93 mile per hour heater that Phil Hughes has been featuring, and they have been unsuccessful. They're going to have to make him get the ball down in the strike zone, and they're going to have to make him throw a breaking ball, a changeup, something. 33 straight fastballs.
Anything, something. Here's Kinsler. And that's it for a strike. Another fastball from Hughes. Ian popped up at his first at bat. He has played in every game so far this year for the Tigers, 22 in a row. Of course, last year he was out there just about every single day, played 161 games.
Phil Hughes the last couple of years has really demonstrated how important it is to command your fastball and to be able to throw your fastball to all 4 quadrants of the strike zone. That's one of the reasons why he had a career year last year, and he's having a good day so far today because he's commanding that fastball.
Well, he doesn't walk anybody. Only 16 walks all of last year.
He had always been known as a fly ball pitcher when he was pitching for the New York Yankees, and just didn't pitch well in Yankee Stadium. Gave him a lot of homers there.
0-2 on Kinsler. Cabrera lurking on deck. No runs, 1 hit for both teams in this game. Tigers have the game's only error. To right field. On the move is Arcia, not going to get it up against the wall. Kinsler has extra bases. He will cruise into second, and the Tigers now in business with a double. Second hit in the series for Kinsler, his 5th double.
It's a nice job by Rajay Davis. Rajay tried to go the opposite way as well, but Kinsler was successful with that outside fastball. Hughes has not pitched inside very often, and I'm sure Wally Joyner, the hitting coach, has recognized that, and he's told his guys, you know what, let the ball travel, take it the other way like the last 2 guys have done.
So we'll see now if Cabrera can cash in. Miggy popped up in foul ground his first time, and he fouls it back out of play.
And Miggy hitting a cool 381 with runners in scoring position in April.
Came in today 4th in the American League in hitting at 355. Trying to pick up Kinsler, who has doubled with 1 out. And a ground ball foul, third base side. Oh, 0-2. Cabrera has hit 5 home runs in his career against Phil Hughes. Hughes lost to the Tigers on opening day in Detroit. Gave up home runs to J.D. Martinez and Alex Avila on that day. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another elevated fastball that time from Hughes, but Cabrera would not offer.
In his 4 starts this year, the opposing pitcher for Hughes has been David Price, Chris Sale, Danny Salazar, and King Felix Hernandez. So he has had very little margin for error when he's taken the ball in his 4 starts.
Well, he's 0-4, I guess. High towering drive to right field. That ball is hit deep. That ball is up, and it is off the wall. Kinsler rounding third. They're going to send him home. He will come around to score. Miguel Cabrera has a double, and the Tigers have the lead. He almost hit that thing out to right field.
3 consecutive batters that have simply taken the fastball out of the glove of Herman and driven the ball the opposite way, and Miguel nearly hit a 6th home run in this particular ballpark. Bell Tire pitch by pitch, back-to-back fastballs, 4-seamer, 2-seamer, and then Mickey goes into his emergency stance where he doesn't stride and simply hits the ball nearly out of the ballpark. That is our Menards big money encounter.
Kinsler scoring with ease, motoring around from second base. Tigers have their third hit, and they lead 1-0.
And Miguel Cabrera continues to punish Phil Hughes.
Here is Victor Martinez. Strike one on Victor. He grounded softly to the first baseman his first time up. Straighten him up a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Martinez.
I told you that Phil Hughes has 3 pitches: fastball, cutter, and he also has a curveball. He has a good curveball, but doesn't use the curveball all that often. Does not use the changeup.
It was the Tigers' first run in this series since the 4th inning of last night's game. Soft line drive caught by Dozier. And Martinez is 0 for 2. 2 gone with Cabrera holding at second base. Now J.D. Martinez. Tigers came into this ball game today hitting .301 as a team with men in scoring position, which was good for second best in the American League. Swing and a miss.
You know, Miguel Cabrera out at second base is not the fastest base runner, but every time he goes back to second base, he takes a look at the left fielder, then he looks at the center fielder, and then he looks at the right fielder. He just wants to see if guys are moving around out there, so he knows exactly when the ball's put in play, whether he can get a good jump and score or not. He's a heads-up baseball player.
Crafty. The 0-1 has popped up foul.
You don't have to be the fastest guy on the team to be one of their best base runners, and Miggy's always been known as a really good base runner. The game just kind of comes easy for Miggy.
You don't have to tell him a whole lot, do you? He's got all the intangibles, high IQ in terms of baseball, and well, we know about his physical talents.
His mom was an outstanding softball player in Venezuela. Played on the Venezuelan national team. She said Miggy said his mom taught him baseball.
0-2. Tigers have the 1-0 lead. And he got him, strike 3. JD is caught looking. He fans for the second time. Tigers get a run, though. 1 out double by Kinsler, and then Miguel Cabrera drives him home. Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. Myers, save big with M-Perks from Myers. Sign up at mperks.com. And by Chevrolet, find new roads. Nothing like the old giant old-time glove where you can bring kids, sit down, take a photo.
That's tight.
Great ballpark here, and a lot of the architectural features outside of the ballpark are equally impressive. So the Tigers have a 1-0 lead on the RBI double by Cabrera. Back up to the top of the order for Shane Green. He's got Santana, Dozier, and Mauer.
Even though Castellanos playing about 5 steps on the grass in front of that third base bag, Santana still attempting to bunt down in his direction.
This time he looks at a strike and the count is 0-2. Santana reaching on an error in the first inning, then was caught stealing. Danny came in torturing Tigers pitching. 347 career versus Detroit. And 5 out of 8 in this series. Laid off the high pitch, and the count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shane Green struck out the side in the third. He's got 4 total in this game. Here's the 1-2. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts now for the right-hander Green.
This is the one pitch that Jeff Jones was really harping on Green during the course of spring training that he would need. It's a changeup. It's a circle change. It's got a lot of fading action to it, especially with all the left-handed bats in the American League Central. That is going to be a plus-plus pitch right there for Green. That thing was in the strike zone to the last moment.
Dozier looks at a strike. Here is Mr. Jones, the pitching coach. Here's a strike call.
It looked like Dozier looking for something inside that he could turn on and checked his swing.
Dozier lined out to left field his first time up, batting just 203. He checked it. They will appeal it. Held up, said Tom Hallion down at first base.
His manager, Paul Molitor, gave him the night off last night. He had no prior success against Anibal Sanchez. So, and Dozier just watched the action last night.
Late swing, stays alive with it. Well, the Twins want Dozier to be around a while. They signed him to a 4-year contract in March, late March, right at the end of spring training. Paul Molitor, his first year as the skipper here in Minnesota.
He was on Ron Gardenhire's staff last year as the bench coach.
Low and away. Joe Mauer waiting on deck. Here's the 2-2. Hit him. A little bit too far inside, and so the Twins get a base runner with 1 out.
Yeah, 2-seam fastball just got away from Green.
Here's Mauer. Tying run on here in the 4th.
First batter Green has hit this year.
Mauer is struck out in the first inning. Tapped foul, first base side.
And told you that Mauer sporting a beard these days. He's got a buddy that plays for the Minnesota Wild by the name of Zach Parisi, and he told Zach he would wear the beard until they were eliminated from the playoffs. Red Wings have a huge game tonight down in Florida.
0-1 on Mauer. Not used to seeing him with that facial hair.
And the Wild, they advanced to the second round to play the Blackhawks.
There's a drive toward the gap in left center. That's going to get down, split the gap, and go to the wall. Here comes Dozier around third. He will score, and Joe Mauer has tied this ball game at 1.
Hit batter costly for Shane Green. Here's the swing that Joe Mauer has made a living of doing in the major leagues. Tailing two-seam fastball laced the opposite way. Dozier, with his speed on first base, no issue from him to score.
Mauer has 10th RBI, leads the team in hits and runs driven in. And now Trevor Plouffe trying to give the Twins the lead. Plouffe had a single back in the second. Later he raced on a double play. He's almost hit as he spins away from a pitch inside. Shane struck out the side in the third. Then he struck out Santana to start the fourth, but a hit batter started the problems. Here's the 1-0 to Plouffe. 1 ball, 1 strike. Plouffe has power, despite the fact that he has just 2 home runs this year. In for a strike. 1-2 now on Trevor Plouffe. Twins desperately trying to get back up to the 500 mark. They came in at 9-11. Tigers at 14-7. And the 1-2. Drilled foul. Just foul down that left field line.
And Green better get that breaking ball down. He got away with one there. Trevor Plouffe just a little bit too quick on that hanging slider. He'd love to have this one back.
Yikes. Right at the letters. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Only 6 strikeouts now for Shane Green.
And that was a much better slider.
Hey, it's April and D on Fox Sports Detroit. Join us again tonight. Round 1, Game 7, the Stanley Cup playoffs. Red Wings face off against the Lightning. Our coverage begins at 6:30 with Red Wings Live. Tune us in tonight on Fox Sports Detroit.
Much better pitch.
So with 2 outs, here is Oswaldo Arcia. He knocked into a double play in his first at bat. And Arcia shoots one foul right on the ground at first base. We got him playing in right field today. Arcia pretty much has had to move to the left field with the acquisition of Torrey Hunter this year. And at times, even again this year, it's been a bit of a challenge defensively in the outfield for Arcia. There's Torrey getting the afternoon off. Tigers have handled him in this series. Torrey 0 for 9. 0-2 on Arcia. Arcia has pop. In fact, he showed a lot of it the last 2 months of last year. Hit 13 home runs down the stretch in the final 2 months of the season. As they say, he is not afraid to swing the bat. The 0-2. Ball high, 1-2. Should it get that far? Escobar waiting on deck.
Towering fly ball deep into right. Way back, and that ball is way gone.
Oh, he killed that.
Oh, my goodness.
Let the sliders go a long way.
He cleared the seats.
That's the furthest ball I've seen hit to right field here.
Second home run of the year. It's a 2-out, 2-run shot. That thing almost brought rain. It was hit so high.
He swings and misses a lot, and the batting average is not very high, but when you hang a slide piece and a guy that has power like Arcia does connects, he can hit it a country mile, and that's exactly what he did.
Look at where that ball landed. 3-1 Minnesota. Arcia hits his second of the year. RBIs 6 and 7. Escobar looks at a strike. He popped up his first time. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Kinsler can't get it into center field. Wide, aggressive turn by Escobar. Third hit in this inning, also a hit batter, and that's going to bring Jeff Jones out, the Tigers pitching coach. We're still buzzing about the length of that home run here. It has really changed on a dime here for Green, who had retired 6 in a row, 4 of them on strikeouts. And then he hit a batter, Dozier.
And if you're Phil Hughes, who is starting today on the mound for Minnesota, you must be wondering what in the world is going on, because he has gotten 3 runs today from his team, and in his 4 prior starts while he's been on the mound, they have scored a grand total of 4 runs.
Well, it's Christmas Day then for Hughes. 25 pitches in this inning for Shane Green. 66 total. There's Kenny Vargas. Struck out his first time up. And Vargas looks at a strike.
And when you're struggling and you're a young player, and Vargas would fall into both of those categories right now, you seem to take the really good pitches that are hittable right down the middle, and you tend to swing at all the pitchers' pitches.
Vargas last year came up with much fanfare, had a big year at AA, was elevated to the big leagues, hit some home runs early in the major leagues. And then all the comparisons to David Ortiz. They have a similar body build, a similar batting style. But the start of 2015 has been a bumpy road for Kenny. He's won for his last 17.
When he does make contact, he's got some serious power in his bat too.
Ground ball, base hit, right field. Escobar will hold at second base. Vargas has a single.
Nice adjustment made by the Minnesota Twins batters against Shane Green second time around.
Twins now have 5 hits. Well, for Tom Bernansky, their hitting coach, it's been a little bit of a struggle here in the early goings to get scoring chances, to score runs. They've done a nice job here in the 4th inning. Chris Herman will step in. Ball 1. This has turned into a really long inning for Shane Green, who struck out Santana to start the frame. It looked like he was getting on a roll. 2 on, 2 out. Fouled back out of play. Action in the Tigers bullpen right now with the struggles here in the 4th inning. That is the left-hander Blaine Hardy.
Already pitched to one batter in the ballgame last night. Albuquerque also pitched out of the Detroit pen. The 1-1 tied him up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Herman came in batting .250. Made his first career opening day roster this year. And he got him strike 3, and that's finally going to end the inning for Shane Green. It'll be his 7th strikeout. However, Oswaldo Arcia lifting and separating. Long home run to right field. Twins score 3. For Minnesota as they have taken the lead on the Tigers now. And we'll see what Phil Hughes can do with the lead as he faces Yoenis Cespedes. And then Nick Castellanos, James McCann here in the Tigers' 5th inning. Game 3 of this series, each team with a win. Hughes surrendered back-to-back doubles in the 4th. Kinsler and Cabrera, that got the Tigers their run. And Cespedes looks at a strike 0-1.
Phil Hughes continues to throw that cut fastball about 88 to 89 miles an hour to the outside. A black of home plate to the right-handed batters.
Yoenis fanned back in the 2nd. Hughes has picked up 4 strikeouts.
Phil Hughes also this afternoon is 16 of 16 in first pitch strikes thrown to the Tigers batters. That is a really nice recipe for success.
He's also wide, doesn't walk anybody.
Get down.
Little floater into shallow right field. It's going to scoot out there to the gap. Cespedes going to try for 2, and he will get there. It's a double.
Man, great hustle by Yoenis Cespedes, who continues to torch Minnesota Twins pitching. And this is what you like to see your big boys do. That same fastball away, he took it the opposite way, and he was thinking double out of the batter's box and was able to get that double sliding.
Two doubles back in the 4th for the Tigers. Now another 2-bagger here in the 5th as Castellanos stands in. Nick flied out to right field, his only time up 0-for-1. Castellanos now reaching an 0-for-15 slide. He'd love to break that here and get the Tigers another run back.
Missed the outer edge. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And first game of this series, Castellanos did not play. Took some extra batting practice that afternoon. Brad wanted to give him a mental day off. No hits in last night's game, but the Tigers only had 3 hits as a team last night against Mike Pelfrey. He's got a job to do here, though. He's got to at least get Cespedes over to third base.
Trying to go the other way and shoots it foul back out of play. 1-2.
Yeah, he did.
Let's see. The Tigers had 3 more doubles today, which now gives them 38 for the year. The Royals have 43, and let's see. Toronto has 40, so they're among the league leaders. And 2 baggers. 1-2 on Castellanos. Another one foul down the right field line. Talking about Nick's hitting streak a little bit earlier in the season, a 9-gamer, which turned out to be a career high. There is James McCann waiting on deck. Phil Hughes faced the minimum through the first 3 innings. Castellanos stays alive. Tigers today been out hit 5-4. Ooh, it looked like home plate umpire Bruce Dreckman wanted to call that, but he didn't.
And Phil Hughes, he thought he had strike 3. It's a cut fastball that he started right at Castellanos. And the natural action on the pitch caught quite a bit of plate. Castellanos got away with one there.
2-2. Driven toward right field. Ball is hit well, and that ball is up against the wall. That'll get a run in. Castellanos will cruise into second with an RBI double, and it's 3-2.
I love the adjustment the Tigers have made against Phil Hughes the second time around, not trying to pull that fastball. They're making him get the ball down in the strike zone, and when he does get it down in the strike zone, they've taken advantage of it.
So not only does he go the other way to move the runner up, he gets him in, and that will break an 0-for-15 streak for Nick. It's also his 8th RBI of the year. 1-run ball game now for McCann.
And McCann has a job to do as well, and just needs to do it the best way that he can. We've already seen him bunt for a base hit, so he has the ability to bunt down that third baseline if that's what he's thinking to do, to at least get Castellanos over to third base, or does he have enough confidence into driving the ball the opposite way?
Ball 1 to McCann, who earlier in the game grounded out 4-3.
Plouffe down at third base is playing really deep right now.
Strike called. 1-1 on McCann. James picked up the first RBI of his career earlier this year against these Twins. .295 last year at Toledo, hit 7 home runs, knocked in 54, and won the backup position spring training this year as he sends a ground ball fair inside the bag at first base. That'll get another run in. McCann is on his way to second, and he is in with the Tigers' 3rd consecutive double.
I see you, Brian McCann. James McCann, excuse me. That's my first Brian McCann of the year.
Well, you know, that's pretty good because we're almost to May. That's pretty good.
These Tigers, they're getting it done here lately. And Brian, James, he tweeted out something earlier in the year, and who would be the first one to call him Brian?
Is that right?
Yeah.
You're a winner.
How about that?
Well, he'll take the RBI double. It'll make it a 3-3 game. The Tigers coming right back. See, now I got Brian in my head now.
Well, don't let me mess you up. Don't let me mess you up.
It's going to happen. Neil Allen, the pitching coach, is out to the mound now to talk with Hughes, who seemingly was cruising along, and now 3 consecutive doubles.
I thought when they played the Yankees I was going to slip up and do it in that series.
That would have been the time to do it.
Oh, well.
Tigers, by the way, have 5 doubles in this game. And we're only in the 5th inning. So the lead for Hughes didn't last very long. Now the Tigers can take the lead. Here is Romine as they pinch at the corners defensively against him. And he shows bunt. Knocked down behind the plate by Herman.
If you're McCann out at second base, you have to be careful. If Romine bunts through the ball, you know that Herman, the catcher, will come up and try to pick you off at second base. That's what all catchers are taught to do.
Romine had an infield hit in his first at bat, later caught trying to steal a bag. No sign there, and he fouls it back, 0-2. Tigers now have 6 hits in this game. 5 of them for extra bases. Wasted foul back in the seats. Top of the order waiting on deck, Rajai Davis. Tigers got 1 in the 4th. Twins answered with 3. Tigers come right back and answer with 2 in the top of the 5th. Ground ball and a base hit into left. McCann will stop at third, and the Tigers continue to swing it. That is 4 consecutive hits.
And every last hit they've gotten today has been an opposite field hit against Phil Hughes. Outstanding approach. Second time through the lineup for the Tigers.
It was a 2-strike hit for Romine. Still nobody out. And now Hughes has to deal with the top of the order.
Yeah, he's starting to get into the meat of the order now.
Davis is 0 for 2. Strikeout, line out. Romine draws the throw. I asked Davis the other day what we've been talking about on the air route, how a guy that doesn't play every day has been able to have such a good start. And he said, you know, that's really been my entire career. He said, I've had a lot of practice doing this.
He has.
I've never really been a guy that's gone out there every day. And the key, he says, is to show up to the ballpark every day expecting to be in the lineup in that mindset.
And if you're not, to have the really good attitude, which he has, to root on your teammates that night.
Davis this year splitting time with Anthony Ghost, but Rajai over 300, as is Ghost. He'll look at a ball low, and the count goes 2-0 on Davis. And Hughes now flirting with danger. He's got Kinsler waiting on deck. Been pretty easy for Hughes through the first 4 innings, but he has run into a roadblock here in the 5th. 3 consecutive doubles and a single, and he is struggling to get an out. Now he's gone 2-0. Bouncing ball to third base, gobbled up there. They're going to come home with it. Here's the tag. He's out at home plate.
Is he really?
Well, Brad Ausmus might think, hold on here. And he's telling the home plate umpire right now, we want to look at this.
It's impossible to do if you're Ian Kinsler, but this is where you can really benefit if you're that base runner and you're approaching home plate. If you've got that guy telling you which direction to slide. Because had he been told which direction to slide there, he clearly would have slid inside of home plate.
Yeah.
And then there would have been no chance whatsoever for Herman to get that right knee.
That's a great observation, because as it stands, there's no doubt he tagged him on the knee. Coming straight into the plate. So it stays a 3-3 game. That's a break there for the Twins. Now here is Kinsler. First and second with one out. Ball one to Kinsler.
When there's a runner on second base and there's a base hit, the on-deck hitter, it's his responsibility to be a coach for that base runner scoring and tell him which direction to slide. But obviously in that particular situation, impossible for Kinsler to get there to help out McCann.
And a good play by Plouffe as well. That ball was taking him toward the line, so he probably was not going to turn two on that ball. And made the off-balance throw to the plate where the tag was applied by Herman.
You know, there are probably some fans at home are wondering, well, why in the world will McCann run if it's not a double play ball? That's just what you're taught to do in that particular situation. First and third, less than 2 outs. If you're on third base, you go automatically when the ball's on the ground.
Here's the 1-1. Runner breaks to third. The throw down there, and the tag, and Romine is safe. Whoa.
Oh, my goodness. He must have missed the tag because the ball beat him there.
By a wide margin. It looked like he was out easily, but we'll see if Paul Molitor wants to challenge this. This apparently was a really good slide.
He didn't have a good jump. He went from a standstill position. There was no secondary lead, which would give him momentum to steal third base, and Herman nearly threw him out. Oh, it looked like he pulled one hand back, and then after the tag was applied by Plouffe, the swipe tag, he just pulled the hand back over on the bag. I'm going to challenge that, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, they got him on a shirt, looks like.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that definitely is challengeable. And right now, Romine is called safe.
Romine has already been thrown out once in the game by Herman.
Paul Molitor evoking the challenge here. This is going to be a big play because it could be the second out of the inning.
Tigers have been thrown out quite a bit in this series. Where they will really get picked off is what's happened.
Right. They had
J.D. picked off. Miggy got picked off a couple days ago.
Yeah, two bad base running mistakes. They're showing it on the big board here. You see the same replays. Call on the field is safe at third base. A Twins challenge. And he's out. Bruce Dreckman signals that he is out. Or rather, that was Tom Hallion, the crew chief. So Romine is gone.
Didn't take long either. Romine even caught Rajay Davis off guard, because usually when the guy on first base, when the guy steals third, the trail runner is going to steal second, but Rajay's still standing at first.
Meanwhile, 2-1 is the count on Kinsler with Davis at first base. Hit hard to second, but Dozier is there. And that's going to be that for the Tigers. However, they're able to come back here in the fifth inning, score a couple of runs to tie it up. The Tigers baseball today presented by Bell Tire.
by the Tigers hitters. Second time through the lineup against Phil Hughes. Everybody unselfishly letting the ball travel, looking to take the ball the opposite way, which they did, and they were able to tie the score. That's just a really nice adjustment against Hughes today.
So the Tigers have tied it up at 3. There's Wally, the Tigers hitting coach. As Shane Green goes back to work, he sails one up and in. Jordan Schaefer, it'll be Schaefer, Santana, Dozier. Back and forth we go. Schaefer struck out his first time up and pounds that one back out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shane Green has given up 3 runs, but he's also struck out 7 over 4 innings in this game. Missed it inside.
He's got a lot of late life on his 2-seam fastball. It goes anywhere from 90 to 93. He can get up to 95 with his 4-seamer when he chooses to do so, when he wants to elevate. Also a slider, a changeup.
Green has a chance today to reach his career high in strikeouts. It is 10. He's a member of the New York Yankees last August at Tampa Bay. Needs 3 more to tie it. At this point, because of the pitch count, I'm sure he'd rather get some early outs instead. There's a swing and a miss, and there's another strikeout. But give him 8. He has struck out Schaefer twice.
Hittable pitch been thrown by Green here to Schaefer, hanging breaking ball. And that Schaefer swung right underneath.
Here's Danny Santana. 0 for 2 for Santana. He has struck out once in this contest. Drops down a bunt. Gonna have to hurry. No chance. Bunt single for Santana. That's what he does. He creates. He's done it pretty well in the series. 6th hit of the series.
Well, Rod Carew was an outstanding bunter, and he works with a lot of the bunters on the Minnesota Twins roster. This is just perfection by Danny Santana. He waits, he gets it down to where he wants to get it to, and there's no way that Green can throw him out. That's the key. If you get it where, even if they field it with your speed, guys aren't going to throw you out.
Nothing else really matters until you get the ball down.
I think Rod Carew one year, 1974, had 29 bunt singles.
Here's another bunt. This one goes to third base. Castellanos will throw anyway, but it's tardy. Small ball being employed here by the Twins. Extremely small ball.
Well, that's a nice job by Santana and also Dozier. Now they've got their top RBI guy standing in the batter's box in Mauer.
Two on, 1 out. Shane Green's got to be thinking, come on, swing the bat. This is what Minnesota does. So Mauer doubled in a run back in the 4th. He is 1 for 2. He hit one to the left center field gap in his last AB. Mauer now with 10 RBIs to lead the team. 22 hits as well as a high for the Minnesota Twins in that category. Strike on the outer edge, 0-1.
These 2 base runners on the bases right now are the Minnesota Twins' best base runners. Santana stole 20 bags last year. Dozier also stole 20, but it would be a gamble for Santana to try to steal a bag here with Mauer in the batter's box, even though he was 4 of 4 last year, still at third.
That's into right center field. It's going to get down. Base hit. Santana rounding third. He'll score. Dozier gets to third base. Mauer gets it done again, and the Twins go right back on top. The 2 bunt singles setting up Joe Mauer. 4-3 Twins. And now Trevor Plouffe. Twins now have 8 hits, and Blaine Hardy is again throwing in the Detroit bullpen for the 2nd time today. Fouled back out of play 0-1. Plouffe a single and a strikeout. He's hit safely in his last 4 now. Twins got 3 in the 4th, 1 more here in the 5th, and they're still in business with only 1 out. Here's the 0-1. On the outer edge, 0-2 as Plouffe is behind in the count.
If you're Green, you need to make sure that you're getting the ball down in the strike zone. You need a ground ball here.
Plouffe with a couple of words for Bruce Dreckman, the home plate umpire, on that last call. Drilled toward left field, hit well. Cespedes turning, and that ball is going to go. It's out of here.
That's the 2nd hanging breaking ball that Plouffe has seen today. He missed it last time he was up. He didn't miss that 0-2 hanger there.
A 3-run shot for Trevor Plouffe, his 3rd home run of the season and the 2nd home run of the day for Minnesota.
This pitch right here just not executed very well by Shane Green. It's a breaking ball that just gets way too much plate. That's in the nitro zone of Trevor Plouffe.
And that's going to be it for Green, who will depart here in the 5th inning as the wall-side windows pitching change. Twins suddenly have a 7-3 lead.
There as long as he can with the front side of his body. Look at the hip, look at the shoulder. He stays in there, then he recognizes a hanging breaking ball. He opens up the hips, which opens up the front shoulder. He gets contact and does major damage.
There's a ground ball against the shift that goes the other way, and that's going to be a base hit for Arcia.
Everything going right now for the Minnesota Twins.
Well, it all started with a couple of bunt singles, too. 5 straight hits for Minnesota. A little bleeder that gets to the outfield grass.
Yeah, Arcia wasn't trying to do that.
We'll bring up Escobar. 4-run lead now for Minnesota, 7-3. Here are the numbers on Blaine Hardy. Appearing in his 7th game.
Earned run average a touch over 7 right now for Hardy. Fastball, cutter, curve, changeup.
Checked it. Back into the seats. 1 ball, 1 strike. Schaefer struck out to start the inning, the 8th of the game for Shane Green, but that would be the last out he would get. Here's the 1-1. Inside, good pickup by McCann. 2 balls, 1 strike. Shane gave up 3 in the 4th and now 4 here in the 5th. That gives way to Blaine Hardy. Here's the 2-1. Inside, 3 balls, 1 strike. So Brad Ausmus had to go to the bullpen a little earlier than anticipated, and when you consider that Green went 8, 8, and 7 in his first 3 starts. He went 4 innings in his last start and is knocked out in the 5th today. The 3-1 runner goes, drilled toward left field. It is foul. It bangs up against the railing. They started Arcia there, 3-2. Escobar has a single and a pop-up. Half of the Minnesota hits have come in this inning. And now Hardy will throw back. Escobar has a double. He has an RBI in the series. Arcia went on that 3-1 pitch, and now he's drawn a couple of throws. Here's the 3-2. Runner goes again, popped up. First base side for Cabrera, and they will retire Escobar. Second out of the inning. And it leaves it up to Kenny Vargas. Vargas is 1 for 2 today with a single. Trying to get that average up to the 200 range. He's at 172 right now.
Doing much better batting right-handed these days, batting .286, and from the right side.
Big rip there. No balls and 1 strike. Ooh, 086 lefty. Hardy ready with the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. 9 homers last year, the major league level, after being called up. And a big year at AA did Vargas. High
fly ball, shallow right center. J.D. Martinez is under it, and that will finally end the inning. They sent 8 men to the plate. The big blow, Trevor Plouffe with a 3-run homer, and the Twins are back on top.
Cabrera has been getting a steady diet of fastballs last couple of days from Mike Pelfrey last night, Phil Hughes today. Miggy finally, after he got 2 strikes on him, he went to his emergency stance and simply flipped one the opposite way for another double and another RBI in this ballpark.
Well, it's a Wallside Windows pitching change, and Tim Stauffer now is checked in.
Well, something's got to be going on with Phil Hughes for Stauffer to come into this ball game, top half of the 6th inning.
The numbers on Stauffer. And we'll face Cabrera, Martinez, and Martinez. Phil Hughes threw 71 pitches.
Yeah, something's going on. Against this Tigers offense, I don't think Paul Molitor thinks that 4 runs is safe by any stretch of the imagination.
No. Well, here is Cabrera. We've got the Tigers on the board with an RBI double back and forth.
If we get anything on Phil Hughes, we'll pass it along.
And Cabrera looks at a strike. We've seen Stauffer quite a bit this year. They used Feen and Perkins in the ball game last night. Stauffer pitched in the opener, and he missed with that one. 2-1. Victor waiting on deck. Swinging a drive. That ball is hit deep to left field, and that ball is going to carry way out. It's gone to the second deck for Miguel.
Mickey, did you? Oh.
A moonshot to left center field as Cabrera cruises around the bases.
Well, we talked about Miggy at the noon hour when we were doing our open, and we talked about the fact that he went over in yesterday's game, and usually when he goes over, the next day somebody pays. Man, oh man.
That was no cheapie.
He killed that hanging breaking ball.
We haven't seen very many reach that second deck here.
Mickey hits in this ballpark like it's a home ballpark for him.
There's that sidestep.
Yep.
Iglesias did it the other night. Mickey's shown him how to do it. 0-1 on Victor Martinez. Home run number 4 for Miguel. That's his second RBI of the day. That should count for more than just one for as far as he hit it.
And that wasn't down the line to left field. That's left central.
Low, ball one. There's the baseball. .432 on that home run by Miggy. We thought Arcia's home run was long. That was .416. This one was even further. And it's in there, a strike. 1-2. 0 for 2 for Martinez. Seven to 4 ball game now, 3-run game. Ground ball to first, gobbled up there by Vargas, and they'll get Victor again. He's 0 for 3. One out. Hey, don't miss out on the May Party Suite special, available for all Monday through Wednesday games in the month of May. Special packages include 15 suite tickets, 18 soft drinks, 6 pizzas, chips and dip. And for more information, call 313-471-BALL. I'd settle for 1 pizza right now. Here's J.D. Martinez. J.D. a couple of strikeouts against Hughes, the starter. How strong do you have to be to hit the ball where Cabrera just hit it?
It's ridiculous what he does on a nightly basis against some of the best pitchers in the world. These are the best pitchers in the world. There's no higher league for Miguel to go to.
I mean, TV doesn't do it justice. When you're here in person, you see exactly how far he hit that ball. It's just stunning.
His first time up, he nearly missed a home run by an eyelash, the opposite way.
Otherwise, he'd have a 2-homer game today. Here's the 2-1 to J.D. He'll drive one deep to left field. Escobar going back. He'll turn on it. It's going to go. Another home run for the Tigers.
And Stauffer needs to put that slider in his back pocket. He's hung a couple of them to death.
Tigers come roaring right back with a couple of long balls.
It's the 6th home run of the year for J.D. Martinez, and it's the 2nd home run of the 6 that have gone to left field. There's another breaking ball that just ain't doing a whole lot.
Right on a tee for J.D. His 6th home run of the campaign. And for Martinez, his first home run since April 18th. So it's a 2-run spread now. Cespedes certainly has the power to join the home run club here in the 6th.
And the quartet that the Tigers have in the middle of their lineup, led by Miguel Cabrera and Victor, Cespedes, and J.D. There are no other quartets in the middle of the batting order that can rival that 4.
Ooh, look out, he spins him out of there.
He's not going to intimidate Cespedes.
Yoenis had a double to start things off in the 5th, then scored a run on the Castellanos 2-base hit.
Yeah, you wonder if Stauffer will come back with another fastball inside, or whether he'll throw another one of those sliders up there.
One and 2. Thompson, the lefty, is warming up right now for Minnesota.
First time we'd be seeing him in the series, but he's been pitching well for him.
Again, the 1-2 swing and a foul ball. Just got a piece of it. Cespedes stays alive.
He took a lot off that last breaking ball. And most of his sliders have been 83 to 84, but this pitch right here, it's a curveball that he threw at 74, and that's a much better pitch for him.
in on his hands, and he rolls it to third base where Plouffe is positioned. 2 gone now in the 5-3 rollout of Cespedes. I'll bring up Castellanos. So the Tigers today have 5 doubles and 2 homers. 7 of their 9 for extra bases this afternoon. Nick has 1 of those doubles, an RBI. Oh, 0-1 on Castellanos. Nick now with 8 driven in this year. Backed him out of there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stauffer picked up his first American League win back on the 25th on the recent road trip in Seattle. He has spent his career in the National League. Little pop-up, shallow left field. That's going to drop. Base hit. But Castellanos certainly will take it. That makes him 2 for 3 today. And it brings the tie run to the plate. Every time the Tigers have gotten down in this game, they've been able to bounce right back.
Well, Tigers have that kind of capability in their batting order that they can score runs in a hurry.
Paul Molitor making his way out to the mound. And Stauffer will give up the baseball as he trots off the field. So the Twins go to the bullpen again. And we'll be back. Series 7-5 Twins right now, but the Tigers have a man at first with 2 outs. And James McCann strolling in. And they will face the new pitcher. It's a left-hander, Aaron Thompson.
And Thompson is holding right-handed batters to a batting average that is sub 100, and that's the reason why Paul Molitor went to the bullpen to get him to go up against James McCann. Right-handers are 2 for 23 against Aaron Thompson.
McCann had a double to not get a run back in the 5th inning.
And usually when you have a left-hander that's that dominant against right-handers, they've got a really good changeup. Really good changeup.
Thompson, a former first-round pick of the Marlins way back in 05. He has had big league time with both the Twins and Pittsburgh very briefly. The 1-0 is a swing and a miss. McCann out in front that time. 1 ball, 1 strike. Each ball club now has 10 hits. Here's the 1-1. Instead, he'll go to first base. Hughes started, replaced by Stauffer here in the 6th, and now Thompson replacing Stauffer. In the air, center field. This ball is hit deep. Schaefer going back. He looks up, is against the wall. That'll get a run in. McCann is on his way to third. They're going to try and score him. Here comes McCann. Here's the throw to the plate. It's an inside the park home run.
How about that for his first career homer?
And we are tied at 7 as James McCann hits one off the center field wall. First big league home run for McCann is of the inside the park variety.
He got a breaking ball that he absolutely killed, and Schaefer in center field, he could not run it down. He's got good speed. Once he got there, the ball kicked off of his right leg, and that led to McCann being able to circle the bases.
Another ball that is hit a ton by a Tigers batter.
Look at Big James.
He saw that cameraman. That's when he just turned it on.
I see you, James. Get the oxygen out.
He might be faster than Rajay.
No shot.
7-7 ball game. The Tigers now have 11 hits. They've scored 4 times here in the 6th inning to knot it up again. He will absolutely remember that at bat for the rest of his life.
No question about that.
First major league homer here at Target Field, inside the park home run for a catcher.
And he did it against a guy that has been absolutely dominant this year against righties.
That's rolled foul down the third base line.
Where Thompson made his mistake is he showed James McCann that breaking ball earlier in the count. And then he came back with another one, and he didn't get to the location that he needed to get to.
5 doubles, 3 homers for the Tigers today in a wild affair here in Minneapolis. That's in a shallow right field, and a sliding try by Arcia. It's going to drop for a base hit.
That is the 3rd hit of the afternoon for Andrew Romine, who hadn't gotten a start since Cleveland.
Arcia clearly short hopping that ball. It'll be the 12th hit of the day for the Tigers. We've had 22 hits in this game between the two teams. Romine 3 singles and a steal. That is the first Tigers inside the park home run since Austin Jackson did it back in August of 2012. If he had to pick one guy in the roster today or the starting lineup to do it, McCann probably would be really low on that list. But congratulations, James. Another toss back.
Romine has already been thrown out twice today. He was thrown out trying to steal second, and he was thrown out trying to steal third. The first 2 caught stealings of the year for Minnesota Twins catchers.
Runner goes. Herman's throw to nobody in particular. Nobody was covering at second base. Romine swipes the bag. Now the Tigers have the go-ahead run in scoring position. Already then.
Yeah, that's about the easiest stolen base that Romine is going to get at this level.
Ever. Davis waits on the 1-0. Fly ball right field. Arcia cruising over for this one. And that is going to end the inning. Tigers send 8 men to the plate. They scored 4 times. 3 homers in the inning. Miggy started it off. JD went deep. And how about James McCann? First big league homer inside the park. Today, the Tigers and Twins tied at 7, 22 hits in this game. Shane Green lasted 4 1/3, and McCann has hit his first big league home run and inside the Parker. So the Twins come up now in the bottom of the 6th inning, trying to untie it again. Chris Herman leads it off. He'll be followed by Jordan Schaefer and then Danny Santana. One ball, one strike. Blaine Hardy came on in the 5th inning in relief of Green, who had just surrendered a 3-run homer to Trevor Plouffe. That made it 7-3. Looked like the Twins were in pretty good shape, but not so. Tigers offense exploding for 3 homers in the 6th inning. Foul at home plate off his foot and or leg. 1-2. Tough day for Herman. He has struck out twice. Those at bats against the starter Shane Green, who would end up striking out 8 before he left the game. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Kinsler charging. Quick throw is in time. 1 away here in the 6th. They'll bring up Schaefer. He's also fanned a couple of times. Twins got their rally started in the 5th on a couple of bunt singles. Schaefer has that ability. And he shows bunt. Drops it first base side. Tough play. Throws it away. Schaefer going to go to... No, he fell down. Otherwise, he would have gone to second. Bit of a break there. It's a bunt single for Schaefer.
That's the 3rd bunt single today. And for the table setters that the Minnesota Twins have in their order, just perfection here by Schaefer. And in the grand scheme of things, if you're Hardy, the next time around, don't even throw that one. Just eat it. Can't make a better bunt.
Hardy was fortunate that he slipped. Otherwise, he'd be in scoring position right now. Schaefer hurt himself.
on that slip. Paul Molitor coming out along with the trainer to take a look at it. More action in the Detroit bullpen. Angel Nesbitt. That right foot just gave out on the grass. He'll remain in the game. Well, the Twins have another hit now. The bunt single here in the 6th. And here's Danny Santana. .23 hits now between the two teams. And Schaefer will get a throw back. He's still crouching at first base, trying to stretch that leg out or the knee or whatever was hurting him. Another throw. That one was closer. Forcing Schaefer to dive back into the bag. Chattering going on now between the Tigers bench and the home plate umpire. Apparently pinch runner coming in now for Schaefer, who just can't go. You could tell that he was still trying to stretch that leg out. He's coming out of the game. Shane Robinson, who looks about a quarter of the size of Miguel Cabrera, in a pinch run. That's it for a strike. Oh and 1 on Santana. Half swing there by Santana. 1-2 or 0-2.
It looked like Santana was looking for something else and got a fastball and swung right through it.
Santana 1 for 3 today, which makes him 6 for 10 in this series, which has gotten his average up to a lot healthier spot than it was when he came into the series. The 0-2 is high and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Santana, like Kenny Vargas, he's been better batting right-handed this year than left-handed.
Bunt single got it going in the 5th inning, highlighting the 4-run 5th for Minnesota. Tigers wrapping up this series here. Once they are done, they'll hop on the jet, fly over to Kansas City, start a 4-game series tomorrow against the Royals, and then a day off in Chicago on Monday before that series starts. Popped up, back out of play, behind home plate. McCann giving a look. It'll be about 4 or 5 rows deep.
Get a chance to watch the Red Wings tonight when we get to Kansas City. We can also peek at the Kansas City Royals game, do a little scouting report, find out what's going on with the Royals before we play them tomorrow. I guarantee you they're watching our game today in Cleveland.
The Royals have tonight. They got Ventura.
They do.
Yeah, Ventura against Salazar in that game.
Yeah, so we'll miss Ventura.
Here's the 1-2. Fouled it off. Coverage for Red Wings Live begins at 6:30 tonight.
Is that the John Keating Show?
It's the John Keating Show. We're roughly the 8th inning with the pace this game is going on right now. It has come to a screeching halt. Swing and a miss. Now Hardy gets a strikeout. 2 gone now. Time for a game break. We check in with Johnny Kane. Sixth inning, 2 out for the Twins. They have a runner at first base, and the Tigers going right back in the bullpen. And it's going to be Angel Nesbitt.
Nesbitt pitching in his 7th game after making the opening day roster for the first time in his professional career. The ERA sits a shade over 4. He's got a fastball 4-seam that gets up to 95. 2-seamer right around 90, 91. Also has a slider.
And he will face Brian Dozier, who's been on base a couple of times in this game, hit by a pitch and a bunt single.
And ball flying here at Target Field this afternoon, so you must stay away from Brian Dozier. He's got a lot of power to left field, not so much to straightaway center and right field.
Twins have hit 2 home runs in this game. The Tigers have hit 3. .1-0 is swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brian Dozier. Only 1 home run this year, but better than 20 last year.
The teams are pitching Dozier a little differently these days. At least the Tigers are. They're making him hit the ball to right field. And the majority of the time they've seen him this year.
In there for a strike.
That's exactly where everybody throws him, either left-handers or right-handers. And they try to hit that outside corner against Dozier because he doesn't like to take the base hits to right.
So Nesbitt is ahead in the count, replacing Hardy here in the 6th. Line drive caught by the shortstop Romine. That'll end the inning. No runs, bunt single, 1 man left, 6 in the books at Target Field. long. 7-7 is our score as we go to the top of the 7th inning. We have a new center fielder for the Minnesota Twins as Shane Robinson stays in the game to replace Schaefer. And the Tigers, meanwhile, have Ian Kinsler to start things off here on the top of the 7th. It'll be Kinsler, Cabrera, Victor Martinez. Tigers 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 4 more in the 6th. They were down 4 before they tied it up with 3 homers in the 6th inning. Kinsler skies one in the air toward left center field. Robinson going back. So is the left fielder Escobar, and it's Robinson. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Here's the Nissan drive of the game. Miguel Cabrera stepped up his last time up against Stauffer, and he got a hanging breaking ball and hit it about 430 feet from home plate.
Paul Molitor coming out. It's going to be it for the left-hander.
Thompson, we told you his numbers against right-handers were outstanding, but I guess the guy standing in the batter's box is not your normal right-hander.
No, he's a right-hander plus. Boyer will come.
Looking at the scouting report on Boyer, and he will relay the information to whoever wants it.
Right now it looks like himself. That's about it.
Right? At least he's informed.
Here are the particulars on the new pitcher Boyer.
And Boyer already pitching in his 11th game this year. 11 2/3 innings, 3.86 earned run average. Well, the ball's traveling very well here today at Target Field. Arcia put a charge into one about 416 feet from home plate. Then you have Trevor Plouffe. We got a hanging breaking ball from Shane Green inside. He turned on a line drive variety out of the yard. Miguel Cabrera, he plays long ball. James McCann also plays long ball in this game, along with J.D. Martinez. And if you're just joining us, James McCann was an inside the park home run.
Got that fortuitous bounce after it hit the center field wall, rolled away from Schaefer. And McCann takes a tour of the bases, his first major league home run. So here's Miguel Cabrera now, 2 for 3 with a solo homer and a double, and 2 RBIs. $15 driven in now for Miguel. Boyer in a 7-7 contest comes in here in the 7th inning. Ball 1.
The glove of Herman, the catcher, was off the plate outside. Boyer hit the glove, so apparently they didn't want to throw a strike to Miguel there on the first pitch.
Here's the 1-0.
Ooh, he missed with that one. And Miggy let him get away with it.
Boyer replaces Thompson, who replaced Stauffer. One and two. Lane Boyer, born in Atlanta, he began his big league career with the Atlanta Braves back in '05. Also time with the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks over in the National League. Here's the 1-2. Ball high, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Victor waiting on deck. "12 Detroit hits in this game. Swing and a miss, and Cabrera is out on strikes. 2 outs.
It's a 92-mile-per-hour fastball on the outside black that Miguel swung right through.
Here is Victor Martinez, who is hitless today. A couple of ground balls to first base and a soft line drive to second. And he shoots one the other way. Look at that stab there by Plouffe.
That ball found Trevor.
They throw him out. And right now Martinez can't buy one. 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers. Time to stretch here in Target Field.
Time for 7-inning stretch.
Minneapolis, Tigers have 12 hits and the Twins have 11. We remind you to follow the Tigers all season long in 2015 with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At bat is up to the moment at any moment with game highlights, look-ins, replays, radio broadcasts, and more. Check it out for your smartphone or your tablet. Back to the mound goes Angel Nesbitt, who got Dozier to line out to end the 6th inning. He will face 3, 4, and 5 here. Mauer, Plouffe, and Arcia. And he looks at ball 1 inside. Been a big day for Joe Mauer. He's had a double, a single, 2 RBIs, and has scored a couple of times as well. Here's the 1-0. 2-0 on Mauer. Nesbitt replaced Hardy, who came on in the 5th inning for the starter Shane Green. And neither starter will get a decision today. This one will be decided by the bullpens. 2-0 is in there. Strike 2 and 1 on Mauer.
Not a shocker that Joe Mauer would take that 2-0 fastball right down the middle.
Trevor Plouffe waiting on deck. Turns on that one and grounds it foul down the first base line. 2-2 on Mauer, who went to the same high school as his manager Paul Molitor, Creighton-Durham Hall High School. They were years apart, obviously.
Mauer he was in high school, he was the Gatorade Player of the Year in baseball and football in the country.
2-2 is rolled foul again.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I think he was headed to Florida State if he didn't sign.
Best player in the country in football and baseball.
There are the particulars on Mauer, 6'5", 225, born in St. Paul.
And he gets to play at home his entire career.
It's all fallen into place for Joe. Nesbitt's 2-2. Mauer, a little pop-up, shallow center field, and it's going to be caught by Rajai Davis. Looked like he was going to bloop another one in there. One out here in the 7th. Now Trevor Plouffe. Three-run homer for Plouffe in his last at bat. That was highlighting that 4-run 5th inning, and it looked like the Twins were going to build a big enough lead, but not so, says the Tigers offense. They responded with a 4-run 6th.
It is not the easiest thing to do, but a couple of guys in their lineup, and we've already documented that Dozier, their second baseman, is a dead pull hitter. Plouffe also falls into that category. So if you can get these guys to hit the ball the other way, your chances increase greatly in limiting the damage that they do against you.
Homer and a single for Plouffe. Got him. Strike 3. Plouffe is punched out.
Outstanding location by Nesbitt.
His first strikeout of the ball game. 2 gone. Plouffe disagrees, but it looked pretty good. So Nesbitt is about to be taken out of the ball game as the two teams go deeper into their bullpen. Tom Gorzelani is going to be trotting in from the Tigers pen, the left-hander. Nesbitt faces 3 batters, strikes out 1 of them, gets all 3 of them. And the lefty Gorzelani coming in to face the lefty Arcia. So we'll step aside here in Minneapolis. We'll be back to Target Field. The Twins, as Tom Gorzelani warms up for the Detroit Tigers, he's throwing to James McCann, and for McCann, a day that he's not going to forget. First career home run, the 28th Tiger with an inside the park home run as his first career homer. Last time it was done was 1956. Mike Heath, as a matter of fact, was the last Tigers catcher with an inside the park home run. That was back in '86. So McCann putting himself on a couple of lists. He's had a good day, so is the Tigers offense in general. Here are the numbers on Gorzelani.
He has been good as advertised, coming from the Milwaukee Brewers, where he was spectacular out of their bullpen last year in the limited time that he did pitch.
So Oswaldo Arcia will step in with 2 outs, bases empty. Arcia hit a ball over 400 feet in his at bat in the 4th inning, a 2-run shot. We've had 2 of the longer home runs that we've seen hit in this park. Arcia and Miguel Cabrera reached the 2nd deck and left. There's a breaking ball that drops in 0-1.
Make it 0-2. They are shifting on Arcia. Giving up the entire left side of the infield. Trey had his base hit his last time up. And Gorzelani just missed the outside corner there. 1-2. Former Pittsburgh Pirate Tom Gorzelani, who did not pitch really all that well in spring camp, but the Tigers knew that he would be able to help. And he's been really good here so far this year. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Arcia with a flat-footed swing. They go 1-2-3. We go to the 8th. Tigers will face a new right-handed pitcher for the Minnesota Twins. It is Casey Fiend.
And Casey Fiend, the former Tiger, came in and pitched one clean inning last night, turning the ball over to Glenn Perkins, their closer. He's been good this year. Earned run average is under 2. And he takes that ball every time they call down to the bullpen. He's been very durable since putting on a Minnesota uniform.
Fiend came on in the ball game last night. Got a 1-2-3-8. And they're hoping he can do the same here today. A couple of seasons with the Detroit Tigers. Fiend has found a home here in Minneapolis. JD Martinez will start things off for the Tigers. Martinez, Cespedes, and then Castellanos. JD had a solo home run. It was back in the 6th inning, in which the Tigers hit 3 homers. And he looks at strike 1.
Already the 9th pitcher used in the contest today.
That's a lot.
5 by Minnesota, 4 by Detroit.
We never really got any word on Phil Hughes, did we?
No, not yet.
He left early. He didn't seem like he was in a position to be taken out of the game. Threw only 71 pitches. 1 ball, 1 strike on JD. His home run back in the 6th was his 6th of the year. Off the catcher, and down goes Herman. Bruce Dreckman trying to buy in some time now. Shoulder. Yep, right shoulder.
Must have felt it all the way down in his hand. He was shaking his hand.
One ball, 2 strikes. Martinez, Cespedes, Castellanos in the Tigers' 8th. High.
2-2. Being plenty of appearances each of the last 2 years, 70+ appearances out of the bullpen for the Twins. 73, as a matter of fact, each of the last 2 years. Ground ball left side, right at the shortstop Santana. High throw, but Vargas came down to the bag. One gone. Let's check in now with Justin White, who's got an update on Hugh.
Yeah, Mario, the official word from the Twins was a mild left hip flexor strain for Phil Hughes. That's why he left this game after just 5 innings. Mild left hip flexor strain for today's Twin starter, Phil Hughes. Back to you.
All right, J-Dub, thanks. Yeah, we figured it had to be something because the Twins took him out early. It seemed to have plenty of gas in the tank. Here is Yoenis Cespedes. Double and 3 at bats for Cespedes. Ooh, a big swing there for Yoenis. 2 base hits started things off in the 5th inning. Came around to score on a double by Castellanos. Here's the 0-1. Stayed away again. This time Cespedes laid off. Yoenis last year knocked in 100 runs in his 2 stops, Oakland and Boston. He's well on his way to perhaps doing that again this year. 17 RBIs this season here in the month of April. Pop that one straight up. I mean straight up. Plouffe come charging in from third to the mound, and it drops. You could tell that thing was going to be really difficult to handle.
Really, that's a shortstop's ball. I mean, if you're Santana, I mean, you're the guy in the infield that has the surest hands. You have to call everybody off and make this play. You could see as soon as the ball went up, Plouffe was struggling with it. Vargas at first base wanted no part of it. But if you're Santana, you make that play. You are the captain in the infield.
So a break there for the Tigers.
A base hit for Yoenis.
And he hit it straight up. That'll be his 2nd hit of the game.
You see Vargas coming in.
No shot, man. He just got to back it off.
You wasn't no part of that ball.
I'll walk to the mound, but I ain't giving you much more than that. That's fouled back by Castellanos. Well, Nick's showing signs of life now. 2 out of 3 in this ball game today. Single, double RBI. He's scored a couple of runs.
Nick's a proud man, and he wants to do well, like every big leaguer. But, you know, with this Tigers offense, there's really no need to stress in the month of April. Nick knows he's going to hit. He's been hitting his entire life.
Time called as Nick steps out.
And when you have this kind of lineup the Tigers have, there's just no need to add any pressure to yourself. It's enough pressure to play this game at this level.
But is that easier said than done when you go through a stretch that the hits just aren't dropping?
Nope, no doubt. No doubt.
No balls, 1 strike. Rolled foul. 0-2 on Castellanos.
That would get J-Dub down there? Justin White?
No, he's cat quick.
I don't know. I think it might have got him.
Lightning moves down there. Oh, 0-2 on Castellanos. 7-7 ball game. We're in the 8th inning. Cespedes, an infield single, a ball that dropped in between 3 defenders. A little bit off the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That hit by Cespedes is the 13th of the afternoon for the Tigers offense. So yet again, they reached double digits. They've done that a whole lot this year. They've done it twice in this series. Plouffe came in to try and catch that pop-up, but couldn't quite handle it. Missed with it. 2-2. Fiend wanted it. Dreckman looked like he wanted to call it, but held back.
Dreckman has been very liberal with the strike zone away. He's given a lot of fastballs called away, but not so many inside.
High fly ball center field. Going to be deep and not deep enough. Robinson is under it. Cespedes going to tag, but he's going to go halfway.
Let's take a look at the Jimmy John's freaky fast delivery of the game. The last time James McCann was up, he hit a ball over the head of Schaefer. The center fielder, the ball caromed off the wall. It was kicked by Schaefer into right field, and then the Jets were turned on by James McCann. He got a first homer and inside the Parker.
Now, are you sure James possesses Jets?
He could.
He turned on whatever he had in his legs and ran himself into a home run. 2 outs now with a man aboard. And McCann looks at a ball high and inside. Double homer, 3 RBIs. He's knocked in 5 this year. He hit 7 homers down in the minor leagues last year. I was talking to James a little bit earlier about his famed notebook. They kept the notebook at AAA last year of every single pitch and every single at bat that he took last season. And he also did that for every hitter that they faced as the catcher. It's quite an in-depth notebook that he has. And he drives this one to center field. That's going to be a base hit. That's a 3-hit game for James McCann. Single double homer. And keeps the inning alive here in the 8th. Now we'll see Romine, who has 3 hits. All singles. Stolen base as well for Andrew. Romine now 5 for 8 on the season.
Tigers have been getting a whole lot of production out of their number 9 slot in the order with Iglesias and Romine, and that number 1 spot with Ghost and Rajay.
And that's a 4-hit game. Here comes Cespedes. They're going to try and score him. The throw to the plate. Cespedes slides. Save at home plate. And the Tigers have the lead. He dropped the ball. Herman could not hang on to it. And it's 8-7 Detroit.
How about that? A 4-hit day for Andrew Romine.
And Romine gets his first RBI of the year as well. What a big one.
Great secondary lead by Yoenis Cespedes. With 2 outs, he was off the crack of the bat. Escobar came up and threw a one-hop seed to home plate, but Herman was not able to hold on to the baseball. Great throw by Escobar. And the difference in Yoenis being safe and out was the fact that with 2 outs, he had a big lead, and he had a really nice secondary lead, which gave him momentum to get going.
4 for 4 for Andrew Romine, who goes the other way to give the Tigers the lead. Now Rajay Davis looks at a strike, 0-1. So Fiend gives up a 2-out run here in the 8th. He surrenders 3 hits, the first career 4-hit game for Romine. And a bad break for Fiend because the go-ahead run scoring on that pop-up that dropped in the infield. High pop-up into shallow right center field. Coming in is Arcia. And that's going to take care of the side. Not before the Tigers, however, take the lead. Romine gets it done. 8-7 Detroit.
On between the Tigers and the Twins today, and we'll recap it all after the game on Tigers Live. Johnny Kane and Craig Monroe are in the Coliseum studios, and I'll chat with Brad Ausmus and probably James McCann to ask him about his first career home run and inside the Parker, by the way. Tigers Live right after the game, Mario and Rod, back to you for now.
All right, Justin, thank you. The Tigers trying to hold on to this lead now. 8-7 is our score as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Tom Gorzelani pours one in for a strike. Twins here in the 8th will have Escobar to lead it off. Vargas and then Herman against the Detroit lefty. Popped up back in the seats. No balls, 2 strikes. Escobar 1 for 3, singled in the 4th inning. Also a couple of pop-ups. Wild one is a really good way to describe this one. We've had 26 hits. Had a 3-homer inning for the Tigers, an inside the park home run. You've got Romine with a 4-hit game. Not a good day for the ERAs. Here's a foul back at the screen. 0-2 the count stays.
And Tigers just 6 outs away from winning another series, which would give them 5 series wins on the year against 1 loss.
Tigers right now are 6-2 on the road this year, and did a lot of damage already against the Central Division.
Yeah, they have.
They are 11-3 against the Central. It's been a good April. In search of their 15th win this month.
We might have to just call the boss and extend April in the D.
That's a good idea.
Huh?
Why don't you get on the phone?
You think Hammer will go for that?
I think he might. May in the D. 1 out. Gorzelani gets a strikeout. Here is Kenny Vargas. Single fly-out strikeout.
Just got to keep Big Kenny in the ballpark.
We'll say this, the Tiger bullpen's done a good job today.
Yeah, Brad's done a nice job piecing it together.
Hardy, Nesbitt, now Gorzelani. They have not allowed a run. And Vargas looks at a strike, and the count quickly 0-2.
Soria will be good to go today. And Jabba up in case Gorzelani needs some help, but Soria will get the ball in the 9th.
Soria had gone 3 days in a row, got yesterday off. Way outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's hard on a daily basis to figure out who's available in the Tigers bullpen because Brad Ausmus just does not like to tip his hand.
More than likely, Paul Molitor will pinch hit for the next hitter. That's why Jabba's up.
2-2. Vargas takes just off the plate. Gorzelani thought he had him. Full count now on Kenny Vargas. Ripped into left field, base hit. Still the tying run is on now for Minnesota. It'll bring up Chris Herman. And so the Twins now have 12 hits. Got a pinch runner at first base. Nunez has come in a pinch run.
I thought maybe he'd use Nunez as a pinch hitter.
He's going to stay with the lefty against the lefty here instead. Torrey's still on the bench as well for Minnesota. So is Suzuki. Herman is 0 for 3, bounced out in the 6th inning, his last at bat. He struck out in his first 2 at bats. Those 2 ABs against the starter Shane Green. Swing and a miss. Herman this year has had only 2 at bats against left-handed pitchers. And he is 0 for 2. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball right side. Kinsler spinning to second one. Romine relay double play.
Pick it in.
4-6-3 to end the inning. 8 in the books here at Target Field. Ian Kinsler showing some smooth moves. An 8-7 lead over the Minnesota Twins. Here are some changes. Nunez stays in the game to play third, and Trevor Plouffe will run across the diamond to take over at first base with Vargas out of the game.
Outstanding start to a double play by Ian Kinsler, grabbing that ball to his left and firing that strike to Romine to complete the double play to get him out of the 8th.
Ian now will try and get it started here in the 9th offensively. Has a double in 4 at bats plus a run scored. Tigers trying to build on this 1-run lead. When they get to the bottom of the 9th, they'd like to have a little bit more of a cushion. Kinsler, Cabrera, Martinez. Meanwhile, the closer Joakim Soria beginning to warm up. Fiend is back out there for his 2nd inning of work. Little pop-up, short right, base hit. Kinsler has his 2nd hit. That is 16 Detroit hits in this game.
Big difference from last night is the fact that none of the Minnesota Twins pitchers today have really pitched inside aggressively. Mike Pelfrey, who started for them last night and pitched 7 brilliant innings, he threw fastball after fastball inside to these right-handed batters, and he really slowed down the Tigers' offense last night. Today, they're not following that same script.
Cabrera follows it back. Tigers are 2 hits shy of their season high in hits. They had an 18-hit game against Cleveland back on the 10th.
Miggy hitting a cool .455 against Casey Fiend. It's ridiculous, some of the numbers that Miguel has against some of these pitchers in the big leagues.
Here's the 0-1. Ball high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cabrera has one of the 3 Tigers homers in this game. Tigers also have 5 doubles. Fiend ready with the 1-1 pitch. Miggy swings and misses. 1-2.
It's a nice breaking ball there thrown by Casey Fiend. A lot of depth. Nice downward action on the slide piece.
One ball, 2 strikes on Miguel. Lifted back out of play. What are some of the updated numbers now in the heart of the order here at Target Field for the Tigers? A lot of crooked numbers there. Cabrera, Victor, and JD, and of course Cespedes.
Video game numbers.
A lot of home runs as well for that quartet. Here's the 1-2. Ball high, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Miguel is such a smart hitter, and Fiend has already shown him that slider, and he threw him a good slider. Now, if he throws him another slider and he doesn't happen to get it to that same area, Miguel is smart enough to understand that and put the ball in play very hard somewhere.
Drilled. Center field. Hit well. Robinson looks up. Dead center and gone.
Oh, he's a beast, man. Oh, my goodness, Miggy.
Miguel Cabrera went to the second deck for his first home run. That one to dead center, a rocket.
Seriously, Mario? I mean, come on.
Did you see that? Did you see where that ball landed?
Seriously?
My goodness. Beast is the best way to describe it.
If he keeps doing this, they're going to have to find another league for this dude, man. I mean, that's a fastball down that's just killed by Miggy. Well, you listen.
That ball's lopsided right now.
He was already hitting 455 against Casey Fiend. That just went up a tick. That's the first one I've seen here at Target Field go to straightaway center field.
How many times have we said that today? Longest hit to right field, longest hit to left, longest hit to center.
Have we? I haven't seen one go to center field yet.
I haven't seen anything touch that green out there in center field either. What a day for the Tigers offense. 17 hits, and what a day for Miguel Cabrera, a 2-homer game. And Miggy now has 5 long balls on the year. 4 Tigers home runs today. 10-7 ball game. Victor fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's not very often the Tigers have 17 hits and Victor is hitless. He is 0 for 4.
Well, you knew somebody was in trouble today when Miggy went 0 for last night. It's always the case.
You got Hughes for an RBI double, Stauffer for a homer, now Fiend for a homer. 3-run lead for the Tigers. Slicing down the left field line, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Martinez. They are making this ballpark look small. Real small. That is 9 extra base hits today for Detroit. Now the
foul back out of play. 1-2, the count stays on Victor. Single by Kinsler, homer by Cabrera, and all of a sudden it's a 3-run game.
Got quiet in here, didn't it?
Real quick. Twins today have hit 2 home runs of their own, but the Tigers have responded with 4 of them. More action to the bullpen. Caleb Thielbar is warming up, the left-hander for the Twins. Fiend was really good last night, but today he's been knocked around. One more hit and the Tigers equal their season high of 18. Down the right field line, hooking foul. Well, Victor wants to join the party here. He's had 3 ground balls and a line out. J.D. Martinez on deck. Good day for Wally Joyner, Tigers hitting coach. One-two is fouled back as Martinez continues to battle. After the Twins were able to score 4 runs in the 5th, they led this ball game by a score of 7-3. Romine's had a 4-hit day. Tigers came back with 4 in the 6th. There's another souvenir handed out by Martinez.
Hey, check on him.
Now time call. Here goes Paul Molitor.
Something must be wrong with Casey. The trainer also going to go out with Paul Molitor and the home plate umpire.
Fiend has thrown 33 since coming in last half inning, or the bottom of the 8th, or top of the 8th, I should say. And we'll see if he continues here. Thielbar is good to go if they need him to come into this game. It looks like they're going to force Fiend out of this contest, so he will leave and mid at bat, and Thielbar will come in to inherit a 1-2 count.
Started the game for the Minnesota Twins, and his fastball was a pretty good fastball. It topped out at about 93. That's courtesy of Xfinity. And the Tigers could do nothing with that fastball early. He was elevating it. They were popping up. But the second time around, they all made an adjustment to a man. Now, they start driving the ball the opposite way with a lot of doubles and home runs. And he left the game with a hip flexor strain.
Early numbers on Phil Hughes. Meanwhile, Casey Fiend has left with an apparent injury as well. So the lefty Caleb Thielbar will take over, and he will inherit the 1-2 count on Martinez with 2 runs in, nobody out. And Martinez at the plate. These are the numbers on Caleb Thielbar.
He's only given up 3 earned runs this year, pitching in his 5th game.
Well, while Thielbar warms up, we'll check out some news and notes from around the major leagues. Looks like Tanaka's battling some injuries again. He was placed on the 15-day disabled list.
They had a couple of really good starts. They had one of those against us, but he's not going to make another one for at least a month.
Archie Bradley removed from last night's game after being struck by a line drive in the head for the Diamondbacks. And today in Baltimore, it was the first game in modern Major League history to be played in front of
Zero crowd. Nobody in the ballpark today.
Baltimore beat the Chicago White Sox 8-2.
City of Baltimore making that decision based on the riots that have been going on in that city.
Baltimore now has to travel down to Tampa to play Tampa, and Tampa should have been in Baltimore, so the Baltimore Orioles will be the holding team down in Florida.
So Martinez will dig in now against the lefty Thielbar, and he'll turn around and bat from the right side. We started this at bat batting lefty, now he's batting righty. Is anybody left in the bullpen for Minnesota? There's a ball that missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They've gone with Thompson, Stafford, Boyer, Fiend, now Thielbar. Two balls, 2 strikes. Count that ball quickly back into the seats. Been a lengthy at bat for Martinez, who is battling for his first hit of this game. Bounce again, run it full now, 3-2. Martinez digs back into the box here. Tigers have added 2 more. The home run by Cabrera, his second of the game. Miggy with 4 RBIs today, which gives him 17 on the season. That'll tie him with Cespedes for the team lead. And another foul back to the screen. It's one of the longest at bats we've seen all year. And Victor has taken swings from both sides.
Well, 7 pitches from the left side, 5 more from the right side.
Thielbar again with the 3-2. Little bouncer back to the mound. Going to finally get Victor. That's the first out of the inning. And so Martinez now is 0 for 5 in this game. Meanwhile, Soria is still loosening in that bullpen. Right now it's a 3-run lead. If the Tigers score any more, it would not be a safe situation. Here's J.D. Martinez. J.D. looks at a strike on the outer edge. Twins will have Robinson, Santana, Dozier, 9-1-2 when we get to the bottom of the 9th. Checked it. Did not go on the appeal. JD is homer to this game, a solo shot in the 6th. Extending his hitting streak to 4 straight games. It's his first home run since the 18th of May. 1-1 is a strike on the outer edge. 1-2. Got him, strike 3. Martinez caught looking, and he's going to stare back at Bruce Dreckman. Not a fan of that call. Was Martinez 2 away. Thielbar has his first strikeout.
And with 2 strikes, yeah, maybe a little bit too close to take.
See why he argued, though. That
no doubt.
A little bit off the plate. So with 2 outs, here is Cespedes. Single, double, 2 runs scored.
Ball one. We mentioned that coming into this game, the Tigers needed to get the offense going. They had scored just a couple of runs in the previous 16 innings in this series, and they got it going a little bit late today. They got a run in the fourth, and they've been scoring pretty much every inning since.
Led by the big fella.
Way outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Well, you pretty much called it, Rod, at the top of the show. You said someone's going to pay today after his game yesterday.
That's always the case with Miggy, especially when he has a day like yesterday where he didn't look good swinging the bat. Pelfrey did a nice number on Miggy yesterday.
He is swinging on 3-0, and he had a big rip.
We haven't seen many Tigers let it loose this year on 3-0 pitches. And usually when you take a swing like that on the 3-0 count, you come up empty.
Big day for James McCann. First big league homer, and inside the Parker. It's another huge swing.
Now, Yoenis, one of the things that I've noticed that he has done a little bit better this year, his numbers kind of validate what I'm going to say. Once he gets even in the count, he kind of shortens up and just kind of takes what you give him. He doesn't take that big swing anymore.
Drives this one toward left field. They had to play deeply back to the warning track as Escobar. That'll end the inning. However, the Tigers have a bigger lead thanks to Miguel Cabrera. He's hit a couple of homers, both bombs in this game. One to the second deck and one to dead center.
1,000 feet of home runs today for the big fella.
By Comerica Bank, raise your expectations of what a bank can be. When it's time, come to Comerica. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. How about we get 3 outs here, get on the plane and head to Kansas City?
I'll take that.
It is 10-7, last call time now for the Twins. Tigers have the lead. They have their closer in now, Joakim Soria.
He's perfect. 8 saves already this year for Soria. In 8 chances, he's been in 11 games so far. The ERA is under 2.
One ball to no strikes. On Shane Robinson, who will start things off. Then Santana and then Dozier. Soria works on the 1-0 pitch. There's a strike 1-1. Robinson came out as a pinch runner in the 6th inning after Schaefer butted his way on and hurt himself. And Soria missed. Got some changes now for the Tigers defensively. Iglesias comes in to play shortstop. And Romine moves to third. Castellanos out of the game. Fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Santana waiting on deck. Fouled away. Soria's done nice work in the absence of Joe Nathan, who was done for the year with the elbow injury. But Soria, no stranger to these situations. At one time was one of the best closers in the American League with the Kansas City Royals. He was absolutely dominant out of the Royals pen.
He had a fastball those days at about 95 that he could spot wherever he wanted to, and he had all the secondary pitches to complement that fastball.
He is tied for first with 8 saves in the American League. And he lost him, so there's a leadoff walk for Robinson. Here now is the upcoming matchup presented by Gordon Chevrolet. Game 1 of that big series between the Tigers and Royals happening tomorrow night. There's your pitching matchup.
Alfredo Simon has been lights out for the Tigers. The numbers kind of speak for themselves. He'll be going up against a hard-throwing left-hander, Danny Duffy, who apparently has been a little wild this year.
Here's Santana. And Soria nips the inside corner for a strike. That one tails away. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Andrew Miller also has 8 saves to tie Soria for the league lead. Houston Street of the Angels has 7. Cued to third. Nice pickup there by Romine, whose quick throw is going to be a little bit late.
Nice job by Robinson getting back. He took a couple of steps towards second base, but then was able to get back, and he had to dive to make himself safe. That walk by Soria to Robinson is the first walk of the game.
That's kind of hard to believe.
And with all this offense,
it's really hard to believe. Strike called on Brian Dozier. Been on base twice, hit by pitch, a bunt single. He has scored both times. The Twins let a lead get away. They were up 7-3 in this game in the 6th inning. Tigers have countered with 7 unanswered runs. 1 ball, 1 strike on Dozier. Two and 1. Dozier, a little bit of history with Soria, not much though. He's faced him 4 times, and Soria has struck him out 3 of those 4 at bats. Ground ball here could end the ball game. Tigers 2 outs away from their 15th victory of the year. There's a wave and a miss.
He threw that 2-1 fastball right by Dozier at 92.
Now Soria ready with the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Fouled it away. Dozier stays alive. Got Joe Mauer waiting on deck for the Twins. Right now, 3-run game. They need another base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. It has been a 17-hit afternoon for the Tigers. Good block by McCann, holding the runner at first base. 3-2 now.
Come on, Nels, come on.
Tiger bullpen today's featured Hardy, Nesbitt, Gorsalati, and Soria here in the ninth. Popped up foul, back out of play. In the air to center field, routine for Rajai Davis, who stares into the sunlight. And that is the second out of the inning, and now the Twins down to the final out. It's Joe Mauer. Been a pretty good day for Mauer. Double, single, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored.
Most days when the Minnesota Twins score 7 runs, because they only averaged coming into this game 3 runs per contest. But most of the games where they score 7, they will win those games. But unfortunately for them, they're going up against probably the deepest lineup in baseball.
Robinson taking second. As you look at the numbers on Mauer against Soria, pretty good. I was thinking the same thing, you know, on a night where they get 12 hits and 7 runs, they got to win that game. But their pitching was beat up today by a good Tigers offense. Ball high, 1 ball, 1 strike.
There's not many teams in the American League that are going to outslug the Tigers. It's just not going to happen.
1-1 on Mauer. Low, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Miggy homered to straightaway center field today. Then he hit a bomb to left center field, and he nearly hit one out to right field today, Mario.
Almost, yeah.
He missed hitting that ball out to right field.
Was that his first at bat?
By an eyelash. Second at bat.
Second at bat, yeah. In the 4th inning.
He almost left the building 3 times in 3 directions.
If anybody can do it, it's Miggy.
It's unbelievable, really.
Meanwhile, 2-2 on Mauer. Cabrera was stifled last night, but he came out swinging the bat today with 2 homers and a double.
And his numbers coming in during the day were nearly 500, so those have gone up.
Soria needs 1 more strike. Drilled to right field, base hit. It'll be a 3-hit game for Mauer. They're going to hold the runner at third, and now that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
He continues to own Joakim Soria, Joe Mauer.
Well, it's getting a little bit sticky because Plouffe has power. He's already homered in this game. A 3-run shot.
The one thing that Soria will try to force Trevor Plouffe into doing, if he's going to beat the Tigers, he's going to make him hit that ball to center field.
First and third with 2 outs, 10-7. Tigers have the lead. And Plouffe looks at a strike, 0-1. That is the 13th hit now for Minnesota. And Mauer has 3 of them. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. So once again, Soria needs just 1 more strike. Ball high, 1-2.
Got him, strike 3, and that ends the ball game. Trevor Plouffe is caught looking, and he gives Bruce Dreckman an earful.
The Tigers have won another series.
McCann homers in the ball game today, is first in the big leagues. Miggy hit 2 bombs in this contest. The Tigers win 10-7. This is Cabrera's second of 2 home runs in this game. The Tigers 17 hits and a winner today. We'll be back.